Good day to you people. So today I am going to be showing you how to make the GPS, PDA, and cell phone informational accessories. When I'm talking about informational accessories, in this case, I'm talking about these things over here. So see how I can tell what time it is and creatures nearby and where I am, basically. Those are informational accessories. I've had a few of these just sitting in my inventory. I've got a GPS, Lifeform Analyzer, radar, but there are a total of 12 of them. The GPS is available on console and PC as of now. There's a version you can get from Presence on mobile. By mobile, I mean 3DS, Android, iOS, as in iPhones. But it's not functional. So the short version is I'm going to show you the GPS for those console and PC platforms. Consoles, even if you don't have the update, this will work. So how to make the GPS, first of all, and then after that I'll show you the PDA and cell phone for the platforms it applies to. So GPS is a platinum watch. See, that tells the time. Depth meter tells how far up or down you are, and the compass, which displays your horizontal position. I'm also going to tell you all about how to get these. So the platinum watch, gold or platinum watch will work. You'll just need 10 gold or platinum bars and a chain. Then you go to your table and chair and you can make a watch. You can make other watches, but that's accurate down to the second, or well, the in-game minute or the real world second. Those are equivalent. And then, okay, so the depth meter you're going to get when you're underground from giant bats, cave bats, and jungle bats. So I guess you could get it maybe on the surface if you're in the jungle. The compass you are going to get from cavern level enemies when you're a little further underground, as well as the underground snow biome. So there's a whole bunch of them. I'm not going to go into detail there. Vikings, flinxes, snow flinxes, and a few others. Actually, interestingly enough, piranhas. But yeah, so you can get that a bunch of places. And then you go to your Tinkerer's Workshop, which is why I have the chest right next to that. And there you go, GPS. And well, I've already got one, so I'm not going to make another one, but this is what it is. It's those 3 items, and at your Tinkerer's Workshop you combine that into the GPS. Now, the cell phone is the ultimate informational accessory. It gives you a total of 12. The PDA is the 12 informational accessories, and you see I've got 10 here. The other 2 are these 2, so I'll go ahead and put them down here. And again, I'm going to tell you how to get all of these, but these are only available on PC 1.3 as of now, and any day now PS4 and Xbox One are supposed to get the updates, and later on mobile platforms are supposed to get the updates as well. So once your platform has the updates, if your platform is getting the updates, then you'll be able to do this as well, presumably. So the PDA is going to combine all of these, all 12, and each one of these is going to go on that list. On the side, you're going to have 12 different things. I've just got the 3 of my GPS that's still in my inventory, and it just has to sit in your inventory. Any of these items, you can just put them in your inventory and they'll work, as far as I'm aware anyway. So, the next set, the PDA is going to combine all of these, and then you take your PDA and you combine it with your magic mirror so that all of these items will ultimately only take 1 inventory slot, and that's the huge advantage of doing this. So these ones, the weather radio, Fisherman's Pocket Guide, and Sextant, you have to get those from Angler NPC quests. So you're going to do a heck of a lot of fishing to get these items, but the weather radio is going to display the weather conditions, which is useful for fishing. Fisherman's Pocket Guide displays fishing information, which is basically like your fishing power. So what accessories you've got for fishing with your bait combined makes your fishing power along with the weather conditions. And then the Sextant displays the phase of the moon, which again also is important for fishing, among other things, because that also affects your fishing power. But of course, like full moons, there's other things that happen, and certain phases of the moon you can get certain items from some of the NPCs. Anyway, all 3 of these are a 2.5% chance, or 1 in 40, when you're doing angler fishing quests. That works out to possibly something like 16 hours of fishing, which I did the work. It took a long time, and that's why I'm doing this video now, actually, because it took a long time to get all of these items together a very long time. And I've had a bunch of these taking up space in my inventory, and I wanted to combine them, just put them in that one slot where I've got my magic mirror currently. So these three are going to combine the weather radio, Fisherman's Pocket Guide, and Sextant into the Fish Finder. And there you go, there's the recipe. Bam, done. And I'll just go ahead and put that in my inventory next to the GPS. So, third set of combinations you're going to have is the stopwatch, the DPS meter, and the metal detector. So the stopwatch and the DPS meter, you get both of those from the traveling merchant. So make sure to pay attention to when there's a traveling merchant around, because he does not always sell the items. That also applies to the life form analyzer. You get that from him as well. I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, he always has a different set of items, right? So you'll need to keep visiting your traveling merchant looking for the items that you need. So that is also going to take forever, because he has like a 1 in 4 chance of showing up on any given day in the morning, starting from 4:30 until noon, I think is the latest that he will appear. And it's a 1 in 4 every day. And then every day he has different items. So that's going to take a long time as well, to get all of those. The metal detector, on the other hand, you're going to get from the nymph enemy at the cavern level. That's actually easier to get before hard mode, because there are fewer enemies that spawn in the caverns during that period of time. I ended up getting mine in hard mode, which again took me a while. I basically spent a whole bunch of time hanging around in the cavern level. That's actually where the life form analyzer comes in as well. It displays the rare creatures around you, so I could use that, which I did get earlier, to see when there was a nymph around or a lost girl. It'll also show up as it's when you come close to the lost girl, she turns into the nymph, which is a fairly powerful enemy early in the game, but later, of course, not a challenge. So you combine those three now, and that's your Goblin tech. So stopwatch displays how fast you're moving. DPS meter displays basically how powerful your weaponry is with all your bonuses and stuff. And the metal detector displays the most valuable ore around you, which again is particularly useful early in the game, and then again when you switch into hard mode early on to find the more valuable ores, of course. So those, again, at your Tinkerer's Workshop, combine into Goblin tech. Then, the last three things that are going to combine into an item. You're going to combine the tally counter, the not violent radar, whatever kind of radar you have. The tally counter, the radar, and the life form analyzer are going to combine into the REK 3000. So the tally counter you're going to get from enemies in the dungeon. There's, again, various enemies that can give you that. If you spend a bunch of time in the dungeon, you're pretty well going to get it. I got a whole bunch of them. The radar, you're normally going to get early in the game, most likely, because you'll get that normally from chests that are near the surface level. So when you're wandering around early in the game, make sure to open all the chests. Hopefully you'll get a radar. I didn't, so I actually got mine much later in the game. I had to go fishing for it, because if you go fishing at the surface level, you'll get wooden crates, and wooden crates also have a chance to give you these. And I ended up spending so much time fishing. I didn't have a radar almost the entire game, and I ended up with 2. I have another one in one of these many chests up there. And then the life form analyzer, as I say, you get that again from the traveling merchant. So again, pay attention to when he's around and make sure you give him a visit. So tally counter displays how many monsters you've killed of a particular type. Basically, whatever the last monster you kill, it's going to display how many of those you've killed. Radar detects how many enemies are around you, and the life form analyzer displays if there's any rare creatures around you. So again, that can include Lost Girl, Nymph, the Truffle Worm, which is going to become important because I'm going to do my Duke Fishron video soon. So that is very helpful as well. And you combine those into the REK 3000 at the Tinkerer's Workshop, and there you go. Then you've got these 4 items, and these 4 items in turn combine into your PDA, which ultimately is combining these 4 items, which each combine 3 items, so that's a total of 12 informational accessories, and those all combine into your PDA. And once you have that, bam, there's all the things that you're going to find out about. Yeah, I think that the DPS is when you actually attack people. But anyway, that tells you everything you need to know. Of course, some of them are circumstantial. You'll notice they only display normally, especially the text, when your inventory is closed. If you open your inventory, you've got all these little icons for those, and you can turn those on and off, but you can only actually see the information if you have your inventory closed. So that's important as well. Now, one last thing. I've got my PDA, I've got my mirror, and it can be either a magic mirror or an ice mirror. And you take those and you combine those into your cell phone. PDA displays everything. And then mirror returns home. That's the only function, the only item that actually activates. So therefore, when you combine them, there you go. I've got my cell phone. And that was the point of the video, so I hope you liked the video. And of course, you can use the cell phone just as you would use your mirror, which I can use to go back here. Again, I still have my spawn point set at where my nurse is. And that's how you use it. So, hope you liked the video. Give it a like if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you next time. Bye for now.